Cult of Chucky is the seventh movie in the Chucky franchise. Yes, there are 7 of these movies now. Who is asking for more of these movies? So if you guys want to know what I think of the Chucky movies as a whole, I'm not a huge fan of them. Like, I know there are some people out there who really like these movies, but I don't think they're that good. I just think they're really stupid. They're really silly. There's surprisingly some people out there who think Chucky is a really scary character. I don't see it. I think it's stupid. I think the whole concept around Chucky is stupid. He's a killer doll that kills people. Like, I can't take that seriously. It's so stupid. So here's my quick thoughts on what I think of all the Chucky movies. The first Chucky movie, Shadow's Play, I actually surprisingly kind of like that movie. I mean, is it great? No. Is it this all-time horror classic like The Shining or Psycho? No. But I appreciate it for having this unique and original concept, and I don't like Chucky like that much. I think it's a really stupid like idea, but the first Chucky movie I think is surprisingly pretty decent. And then Shadow's Play 2 and Shadow's Play 3 came out. And what do I think of those movies? Well, let's just say I'm not a fan. And then Chucky went from horror to comedy with Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky. And I do not want to talk about those movies, so let's move on. And with Seed of Chucky not doing well at all in theaters, Universal decided to release Chucky onto direct-to-video, and that's what we got in 2013 with Curse of Chucky. And when that movie came out, a lot of people seemed to like it because it was more of a return to form for Chucky. Like, it took him more seriously, and it was a lot darker, but I'm just gonna say it. I couldn't get through it. After 40 minutes, I turned it off. I thought it was boring. Nothing happened in it. The characters were stupid. It was so boring. I mean, it wasn't as bad as like Seed of Chucky or Bride of Chucky, but I still didn't think it was very good. And now, here we are in 2017 with the 7th Chucky movie, Cult of Chucky. So what's the story of Cult of Chucky? Well, it's been 4 years since the events of Curse of Chucky. Nika, who is played by Fiona Dorff once again, she is in a insane asylum, and that's when Chucky, who is once again voiced by Brad Dourif, he goes to the insane asylum where Nika is, and that's when he starts to terrorize her again, and that's when some real serious and stupid stuff go down. Let's start with the positives. Brad Dourif as Chucky. He once again returns to voice his character, and what can you say about him? He knocks it out of the park as his character. Like, I can't imagine anyone else playing this character than Brad Dourif. He knocks it out of the park as his character, like always, and he is to Chucky what Heath Ledger was as the Joker and what Hugh Jackman was as Wolverine. And Alex Vincent returns to play Andy Barclay in this movie, and Andy was the little kid from the first 3 Chucky movies, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen Curse of Chucky, but he had a cameo in that movie as well. I like the adult version of Andy because he does not take crap from anyone. He owns a ton of guns at his house now, and Chucky pretty much ruined his childhood, and it's just really sad to see this guy being dramatized by this killer doll. And now, let's jump into the negatives. Unfortunately, guys, Cult of Chucky is one of the most disappointing movies I've seen this year. I mean, was it awful? No. Was it as bad as Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky? No. But I still didn't think it was very good. For example, the story. The story was not that interesting. It was just stupid, and it didn't make that much sense, and they didn't do a very good job explaining the story. And like there were times where I was like, what is this? Like, it just throughout this whole movie, there were parts where it made no sense at all. And I wouldn't call this a spoiler technically, but there would be some people out there who would call it a spoiler. But Andy, like I said, is in this movie, and unfortunately, he's barely in it. The trailer made it seem like it was gonna focus on him a lot, but nope, misleading trailer again. Andy is barely in this movie. When the movie focused on the scenes in the insane asylum, I was like, can we focus back on Andy? Because for a while, the insane asylum scenes got so boring and they dragged on for a long time. And it does take a while for Chucky to show up and kill people. And speaking of Chucky, another thing that disappointed me was he barely killed people in this movie. He maybe killed. I don't remember how many people he killed in this movie, but he killed maybe like 4 people. Like, it was so disappointing. I was like, come on. And here's another issue that I had with this movie: the characters. So, when you're watching a movie, you're supposed to be invested with the characters. You're supposed to have a connection with one of the characters. You're supposed to be like, yep, I relate to that character in so many ways. Nope. The characters in this movie are boring cardboard cutouts that you do not relate to at all. For example, there's this one character named Dr. Foley who is a doctor at the insane asylum where Nika is, and this guy made me uncomfortable in so many ways. He creeped me out because there were scenes in this movie where he tries to hit on Nika and it comes off as creepy and awkward. And every time one of those scenes happened, I was like, can we move on, please? And I enjoyed the third act a little bit because that's when Chucky starts to show his true colors. But no spoilers, but I will say this. When the ending happened, my jaw actually dropped. Because I don't know if they were foreshadowing a sequel or not, but it was one of the most abrupt endings I've ever seen in a movie ever. Like, I actually said, are you kidding me? So like I said, it's pretty unfortunate that Cult of Chucky was pretty disappointing. But is it the worst Chucky movie? No, I would say Seed of Chucky is. But unfortunately, it was still an extremely disappointing movie. It was just, I was excited to give the Chucky franchise another chance, but I don't know if I can or not after this movie. I'm going to give Cult of Chucky a C. Alright guys, that's it for my review of Cult of Chucky. And I have a question for you guys. What is your favorite and least favorite Chucky movie? Whatever it is, just comment below. And if you want to see more of videos, just be sure to subscribe.